种瓜的瓜，种豆的豆，这不是英国，英国是可以。
Check 1, check 1, 2, check, check, check.
Yep, what up, Jack?
諗流，老天保佑金山银山前路有。老天教唆别管江湖龙虎斗，老天叮嘱这辈子我散不丢。老天就怕36雷总打球，耶！魑魅魍魉总出现在秋收后，算账。魑魅魍魉总出现在秋收后，消灭。老天让我一棍铲除啮齿类，天数。
Di Ha Yao, Hyung Ying Sha Yang Kiao, AfroMattt Z Ding Ling Yi Ji, Z Shi D 193G. Let's continue with the music.
如果放角落潜伏恶鬼分分钟一半，如果提心中恶念超过3的话没办法停，要还债兵来将挡，因为我是个耐飞天，手腕上五路财神虚空
Alright,
在。
guys. I think my social credit scores are high enough right now. Yeah, I mean, I already said it in Chinese, but hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. This episode, I think I said 193, but I think it's 194. But we're here. We're Bing chilling. Xing xiao wang ying xiao Bing chilling. It is currently Sunday, so welcome to Sunday service, the late night service. It is the 19th of January. We are cruising through this week. I mean, we have I'm almost done, fully unpacked everything. I got all my books behind me. I've got a picture of the Mona Lisa. I've got some cars. I got all my books. So we're chilling. We are being chilling. We got some Chinese music going on because personally, I feel like my social credit scores have been a little bit low, and I need to boost them. So we're going to just hit that. You know what? Let's hit another one. This one's recommended. Let's just hit them all. Dude, Chinese sounds so funny. This song actually sounds good. Wait, what the hell? A little bit of a Avicii vibe. I took a pill in Ibiza. For all I know, this is saying, we hate Taiwan and we want them to die. Well, guys, welcome. I mean, it's an honor being here. Let's start off. Oh, I got a new microphone set up. We are cruising with the this is called the Scarlett Solo. So I can change the gain and stuff like that. So I mean, you know, I don't really know how to work it, but apparently it's good. They say it's good. I hope it's good. But yeah, I mean, TikTok is gone. Guys, TikTok is gone. The American government is too scared of China, specifically China, getting our information. They don't care if we harvest our information. And we've gone over this. Everyone, and this is what I like about the internet now, is everyone is waking up. Like, I don't know where they went wrong or what they did wrong, but whoever's out there controlling stuff, I mean, must have misstepped somewhere, because people are like not really buying this whole thing, which is what they need. If they want to control stuff, they need people to be like buying it. They need that group of people that are like, yes, we need to get vaccines, we need to wear our masks, but there's really no one who's like, yeah, TikTok needs to go. Oh, I mean, I'm a little bit like that. As far as I think that TikTok needs to go because it's an issue, not because of the information that they're stealing, because China is, I mean, honestly, at this point, I trust China more with my information than our own government. What does that say? Well, okay, guys, we're just going to get into it. And, you know, I'm not alone, because, I mean, 1,000, I mean, everyone, they're called the TikTok refugees, people coming, streaming with their stick and bindle, homeless, traveling, migrating, the great migration of influencers from TikTok into an app called Red Note. So this app Red Note is a legitimate Chinese, like, I'm pretty sure they're just straight up, the Chinese government is like, yes, this is Chinese spyware. We will be watching you. And people are flocking to this. It's called Red Note, which actually the English name is Red Note, but the Chinese name is the Little Red Book, I guess based off of Mao Heng's Dong. But let's just watch this little blurb on it.
It is still #1 on Apple's App Store, highlighting really this classic lawmaker dilemma. As lawmakers are looking to regulate or ban what they see as the current threat, users have already moved on. And in this case, they moved on to an app far more Chinese than TikTok. It's known to Americans as Red Note, but its Chinese name, Xiaohongshu, literally translates into Little Red Book, as in Mao Zedong's Guide to Communist Ideology and Revolutionary Principles, a symbol of Chinese communist propaganda.
So this is the #1 trending app in the App Store right now. It is an app literally based off of the title of Mao Zedong's book. So, I mean, maybe a little bit of a backfire from the whoever's out there moving these shadows. This may have been something they didn't plan. They're like, oh, we need to do this because they're like, surely they don't want their information stolen. Everyone realizes their information is compromised by everyone, and it's being sold and bought constantly. Everyone knows this. You can ask a kid in Fortnite, and they know that their information is being stolen. It's ingrained in everyone's subconscious now that what you are doing online is being monitored by not only the NSA, but probably China. And I mean, Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook, everything you do, all your data, all those statistics, it's being used to promote, it's advertise, and make their algorithm better. Everyone knows this. But what they probably weren't betting on is people, I mean, straight up just giving the Chinese government their data. Which is, first off, it's hilarious. Going from TikTok, which is like, yeah, it may or may not be Chinese spyware, to an app that is literally Chinese spyware. I mean, it's maybe the biggest middle finger that you can give to the government, which anytime that you give a middle finger to the government, I'm all for that. And the government, right now, is like licking their lips, and they're like, why don't they give up? Why don't they want to give us our internet or their information? Why don't they want to spend time on our apps? This is Mark Zuckerberg talking to Joe Rogan. Well, I think that there's a lot of room for masculinity. It's kind of like a Kermit type vibe. I think there's room for I'm just gonna do Kermit for Mark Zuckerberg. Well, I think that there's a lot of room for masculinity in the workplace. I've been rolling with men and jujitsu. Dude, Mark Zuckerberg has turned. I watched that whole interview with him and Joe Rogan. Mark Zuckerberg might be the slimiest, greasiest, slipperiest man on the planet. Not even five years ago, probably, he was actively concealing information against Donald Trump. Well, I mean, for Donald Trump. Not for him, but promotion and stuff like that. He was actively involved with hardcore censorship. And on the interview with Joe Rogan, he's like, well, they made me do it, Joe. Well, Joe, they made me do it. No. He's like, they were screaming down my neck. They did all. And I mean, that guy, and now he's rolling. He's doing jujitsu. He's not real. He is a psychopath. And psychopaths will change and morph and twist their image to whoever they're around. and whoever's most beneficial to be around, especially his type. He's and I don't mean Zuckerberg. I don't mean the Jewish part of that. Not at all what I meant, by the way. But he is he's just a slippery. You got to watch out for him. You just got to watch out for him. I don't think he's even, I mean, a real person at this point. I barely believe it. He's like, he will, the people at the very top will say and do anything that gets them more money. And right now, what's getting him more money is just siding with Trump, riding that out. After Trump's election, if things go left, he's going to swing that way. He's a fair weather patriot. He's a fair weather patriot and a scumbag. Just like that Elon Musk. And Vivek, all these guys that invaded the whole the right side, all these guys that invaded it from like the tech world, they're all slime balls. You cannot trust a single one of them as far as you can throw them, because they're first and foremost, they might talk about virtues and protecting the family unit and all this shit. First and foremost, their number one priority in life, and it's been proven by them living every day of their life for this, their number one priority every day they wake up is money. Where is the money? How can I get more of it? Who do I have to support? What do I have to say to get more money? To put my company in a better position and my shareholders in a better position to make more money. These people have no morals, no standards. They will not die. There is no philosophy that they would die for. Normal people have things that they would literally die for and kill for. Normal people, if you molest someone, like if I had a daughter and you molested them, I would kill and murder. These people would, if it made them money, literally whore out their family members, sell them into slavery if it made them money. These people have no ethics or morals or standards, anything. Their one deity is money. So I don't trust a single thing Mark Zuckerberg. I think I actually pulled the Mark Zuckerberg clip. Did I? Oh man, where is it? Oh man, I had it. God damn it. Oh, here he is.
Just something. It's like, I don't know. All these forms of energy are good, and I think having a culture that like celebrates the aggression a bit more.
What are you talking about?
That are really positive, and that has been a kind of a positive experience for me. Just like having a thing that I can just like do with my guy friends and like, and it's just like we just like beat each other a bit. I don't know, it's good.
It's good.
It's good. It just I could see your point though about corporate culture. When do you think that happened? Was that a slow shift? Because I think
I'm not going to play the whole interview. I mean, guys, go listen to it. I don't trust a single word out of Mark Zuckerberg's face. And then the entire end of that entire podcast was him like promoting his new Google glasses or whatever the Meta thing. And it's such a coincidence that right when TikTok's getting banned, he shows up on the biggest broadcasting platform of all time. At this point, Joe might be compromised. I know Joe probably got cut a huge check for that shit. I mean, I know he says he doesn't get paid or doesn't do like paid sponsorships. He only talks to people that he finds interesting. But I mean, come on, the timing is crazy. Mark Zuckerberg is taking advantage of TikTok being banned, trying to pull as many people over to Reels as possible and keep them there and lock them in with their algorithm. I mean, it's smart. And I mean, smart people can probably see through that. What was I saying? What launched me into TikTok being banned. So yeah, people are flocking to the Chinese TikTok app. Yeah, I mean that song is a banger. I will be adding that to my playlist later. So yeah, people are flocking to the app Red Note. So guys, go check out Red Note. People are actually kind of like, so it's the app is entirely in Chinese. So there's Americans on the app, like, making American videos. They're like, this is a day in the life of an influencer. Imagine you're a Chinese person, and you just got out of your the iPhone factory where you make iPhones, and they have a net around the building to protect you from killing yourself. And then you leave that factory and you open up your RedNote app and you see a lady doing a day in the life of a college dorm. This is the day in the life of a sorority sister. First, I collect my father's. First, I call my dad and make sure that he sent me my monthly allowance. Then, I go to the spa, and then I go and get my hair done. And then with any money that I have, I buy Chipotle. And I do this every day. And then as a Chinese person, you're just looking at the dollars that they spend. This is the day in the life of a $200,000 college experience. And they're looking at it, and $200,000 could literally buy their family an entire... You could buy a jet in China for $200,000. You could buy 5 houses in China for $200,000. I mean, honestly, probably not, but... These American TikTok refugees are what they're calling them. Look, guys, actually, it was really weird. Today, let me see. Do I have my phone? Today, TikTok literally went. I opened up TikTok because it's the first thing I do in the morning because I'm addicted physically. But I open up my app, and this is what I see. It's a thing that says, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. If the camera would focus. It says, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has now been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. That was in the morning. I opened it 2 hours ago, and what do I see? This. Welcome back, TikTok. Thank you for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's effort, TikTok is back in the U.S. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love on TikTok. So, guys, Donald Trump isn't even in office yet. And he's brokering deals to reinstate TikTok. I mean, guys, I don't want to be like Donald Trump's the GOAT, but, I mean, he's not even signed. He's not even, guys, he's getting in the inauguration is tomorrow, and he's already like getting shit done. He brokered a ceasefire in Gaza through like some sort of like, he sent a real estate guy over there or something, and there's a ceasefire. There is a ceasefire, something that couldn't be done for like 2 years. I don't know how long we've been in this. Israel has been bombing Gaza for 2 years straight. The day before Trump takes office, ceasefire. I mean, when I saw that news, when I woke up, I'm like, well, maybe I made the right choice. November 25th. I did the right thing. But who knows? Guys, maybe he really is Hitler. Guys, remember when they were saying that? Remember when they were saying that Donald Trump was literally Hitler? When they were saying that Donald Trump was literally the reincarnation of Hitler himself. And then, like, Jimmy Carter dies. 4 days ago, Jimmy Carter dies, and he's sitting right next to Obama. Obama, who said that he's the reincarnation of Hitler himself. Obama feels comfortable sitting right next to Hitler at Jimmy Carter's funeral. He feels comfortable with that. Guys, would you feel comfortable sitting next to Hitler himself at a funeral? Would you chat? Would you participate in idle chit chat with Hitler at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Guys, these politicians are spineless. Honestly, they're the same thing as Mark Zuckerberg. They're just going to say whatever they want. Whatever they need to say to make you happy. I know people like this. If you're a Democrat, they're a Democrat. If you're a Republican, they're a Republican. If you love Trump, they love Trump. If you hate Trump, they hate Trump. That's their whole thing. That's their thing. Oh, yeah. I hate them anyways. No standards, no morals. They're like actors. They're acting their way through life. This is what actors do. Literally, that is what actors do. Actors play people, and that's all they do. They play people so much that they don't have time to develop who they are. That's all these people are. Politicians, they're actors. CEOs, actors. If you want to become successful in this world, become an actor. And if you're a really good actor, then you get to be in movies, I guess. Or honestly, they probably send you to the CIA and put you undercover, because that's where probably the best actors in the world right now are probably undercover agents. Like, we don't even get to see them in movies because movies are beneath them. Like, that's how. Like, imagine Matthew McConaughey, except you wouldn't even know that he's an undercover agent because he's that good at acting all the time. Like, these undercover agents are honestly probably... Like, imagine being a double agent. I can't even imagine being a double agent. I can't... There are people in the past, like during World War III, that were triple agents. There was a such thing as a triple agent. Like, look this up. There's a guy named... Guys, Jamie, look this up. There was a guy who was a triple agent. Let me look this up. Here it is. It's this guy. The World War II triple agent who inspired James Bond. Few people have ever led a life so as extraordinary as Serb Dusan Dusko Popov, a World War II triple agent who was awarded medals for both Germans and the British. A mostly unsung and largely unrecognized hero, Popov played an oversized role in securing the success of Allied invasion of Normandy, and he pulled it off in style, helping defeat the Nazis while running around living the dream of a playboy, partying it up with top-notch nightclubs, casinos. So, I mean, this guy was literally... So, let's see. Dude, this guy... Yeah, this is... I mean, he is 007. Popov gets his start in espionage. So I assume that he was British. He went to Russia. And then Russia contacted him to be like and he was like a playboy in Russia or Germany or whatever. And then he was like, I guess, because they knew that he was British, they asked him if he would work for them, and he would. So then he was doing like a double agent thing for both of them. I mean, just interesting shit. But I mean, like I was saying, I can't even imagine doing that. But yeah, I mean, TikTok's banned. Rest in peace to TikTok. Another thing I forgot to mention, and this is actually when I read this, I tweeted it out. I put a picture of my Instagram. I mean, this is like every now and then some deaths, like every now and then, like an actor will die or something, and it will be, sad, because it's sad anytime someone dies. But there's sometimes when someone so prolific, so creative, and so inspirational passes away that there is an emptiness, and the world is worse for them leaving, right? And that's the case with David Lynch. He recently passed away, and I don't usually get emotional, but I was sitting in the coffee shop today, and I think maybe the people that worked there knew David Lynch and felt it too. And then they just started playing the David Lynch song, and I mean, and I just like, I heard this while I was reading. I just had to put the book down and just think. I mean, There's so few people in this world. An artist, and the thing about artistry is, it's the reason why all the elites hang out with artists is because being an artist, being a true visionary artist, is so insanely rare, and it's something that you cannot buy. These people, trust me, they would buy it if they could, but you cannot buy true artistry. It's a link to the collective unconscious. That's what true creative artistry is. And a true visionary artist has a connection and like a propensity, their skill. Like some people's skill may be lying if you're a politician, or acting, or severing your emotions from everything like a CEO. Those are their skills. The skill of a truly great artist is being able to connect with the collective unconscious and pull ideas out. And I wanted to play, first off, I wanted to say that, first, rest in peace, David Lynch. It does suck. It sucks because he was like the last one. He was the last great American artist. I don't think that there's one left. He was the last one. You guys don't realize how important that is. That he was the last great artist from America. The last one. There's no one like him right now. Cormac McCarthy died 2 years ago. He was maybe the only other one of truly visionary artists. Like clairvoyant. And when you watch, guys, go watch Fire Walk with Me. And tell me that it doesn't communicate something with you in a subconscious level. He communicates through imagery something that is only ever felt through dreams or psychedelics. You know, and anytime an artist can make you feel something like that and communicate things at such a high concept level where he's not even saying anything and you're feeling things. He'll have an image of, that intro. I didn't play it on the screen, but it was just saws cutting saws with the music in the background, like a saw manufacturing center, and it's like, though it makes you think. It's just a truly visionary person. And he was like, he pioneered surrealism, and not only pioneered it, no one does it like as good as he does. No one will probably ever do it as good as he does. Guys, go watch Mulholland Drive. Go watch Blue Velvet. Eraserhead. These movies are, it feels like you're watching the first movie ever. Every time that you watch a David Lynch film, it feels like the first time you've ever seen a movie, and it blows your mind. You feel like you're those people in those people that were watching that train, and they all thought the train was coming straight at them because they didn't know what was happening in the 1850s or whatever, the first moving picture, and they're like, the train's coming closer, and it was like chaos. That's what it feels like to watch a David Lynch film. It feels like watching movies for the first time. Guys, if your homework after this episode is go watch any David Lynch film. I recommend Fire Walk with Me is a little bit heavy. It's about sexual abuse. It's about the powers that be. It's about the elites. It's about greed. It's about lust. It's about everything. It's about human nature. It's about good versus evil. It's about all these things, but it's also it's not even about those, because that's not even what it's about. It's about the movies are about the subconscious link in the way it forces you to feel, right? So go watch any David Lynch film. I mean, go watch any of them. I wanted to play this quote too, because this quote by David Lynch is kind of sums up what kind of guy he was.
Starts with an idea. We don't know what to do unless we have an idea. So ideas are like fish, and you don't make the fish, you catch the fish. You desiring an idea is like putting a bait on a hook and lowering it into the water. You can catch ideas from daydreaming, or you can catch ideas from places. If you think that maybe a place could conjure ideas, then you have to go out of the house and go traveling. You can be going down the street, see a reflection on a little pool in the gutter, and bang, an idea will come. Who knows how it happens? I always say it's like there's a man in another room with the whole film together, but they're in puzzle parts, and he's flipping one piece at a time into me. And at first,
guys, you realize how, listen to what he's saying. He's communicating with God. He's communicating with and in this case, I'm using God as the not as a big dude in the sky. It is the energy, creative energy in general, right? Being able to create is godliness, right? That's creation is the one thing that in the Bible, guys, we're getting esoteric here, but creation is the one thing in the Bible that God did. Like he is the creator, and humans being sculpted. And guys, this is all, I'm not Christian, but I'm not religious, but there's a lot of things that you can pull from religion and they're useful. This is one. Us being in the image of the creator, the divine thing, the divine DNA that's in humans is the ability to create. It is what separates us from the beasts, right? We can create. And he communicates with it so vividly.
First, it's very abstract. I don't know, I have a clue. More pieces come, more ideas are caught. It starts forming a thing. And then one day, there it is. So there is, in a way, there's no original ideas. It's just the ideas that you caught. The thing is to be true to the idea. A lot of artists think that suffering is necessary, but in reality, any kind of suffering cramps the flow of creativity. Let's say that Van Gogh, every time he went out and painted, he got diarrhea. It wouldn't be so good for him to go out. He'd have to be really crazy. Happiness in the doing is so important, and I always say it's our...
He was, he was truly a visionary guy. I saw, there was another interview with him, and he was saying, they're saying, how do you stay creative? What's your process? And he said, I have a tuna sandwich with a tomato every single day, because the amount of energy he said you want to get into the exact same habit for every single day, so that you don't have anything to worry about. And this is the level that he was being creative. When your job is being creative, this is the level that he does that. He said I do the exact same thing every day, because all he wants to do, he wants to just go through life every day the exact same. He's just waiting to communicate with an idea. I'm gonna stop talking about David Lynch, but I mean, just go watch one of his movies. It's great. Start watching Twin Peaks. I think there was a new season that came out recently. Guys, go watch it. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have to make sense. Right? Everyone has their theories on what it means. I've heard people say, I mean, everyone is Laura Palmer. Like, everyone's Laura Palmer in the movie. So, guys, just keep that in mind. All right. David Lynch, rest in peace. Did we talk about the ceasefire in Gaza? Not really. We didn't really go into it, you know. All right, here we go. Israel and Palestine group Hamas have agreed to a ceasefire deal with Israel. Qatar and the United States have said, after more than 460 days of war that has devastated Gaza. Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani. Guys, that's your name? That's your name. That's your Prime Minister's name. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Jassim Al Thani. That's entirely too long. I'm just going to call you Mo. Said on Wednesday that the ceasefire deal would come to an effect on Sunday, but added that, okay, now this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because they said on Friday that the ceasefire would begin on Sunday. And I think they got a little bit busy on the last couple of days. I think they could have sent a couple missiles and killed a couple people who were celebrating the ceasefire, which, I mean, buzzer beat. Everyone loves a buzzer beater. Israel has killed more than guys, and I don't mean to laugh. I was laughing at the thing prior, not what I'm about to read. But thinking about a buzzer beater bomb is kind of funny. But okay, Israel has killed more than 46,000 Palestinians since the war. And guys, that's probably, let's be honest, a low number, a low estimate. And that's October. The deal includes a temporary ceasefire that will, for now, bring an end to the destruction visited upon Gaza, as well as a release of captives held in Gaza and many of the prisoners. Guys, is this Trump? Did Trump do this? Is this Trump doing this? Let me Control F Trump. No, they said nothing about Trump. There is nothing about Trump in this. The third, I love when they do phases. What's planned for the first phase? What happens after the first phase? U.S. President Joe Biden has said that he will ceasefire will continue even if the negotiations on the second and third phases go beyond the initial 6-week period. If it is determined that the conditions have been met for the second phase, Hamas will release all the remaining living captives, mostly male soldiers, in return for freeing the freeing of more Palestinians held in Israeli prison system. Okay. Third phase. Unclear. Should the conditions of the second stage be met, the third phase will see the bodies of the remaining captives handed over in return for 3 to 5 year reconstruction plan. All right. This is where it gets. Now we're talking about a reconstruction plan. So now you get the realtors out there and things get a little bit interesting. Now we're talking Hawaii. Now we're talking Palisades. Now we're talking Gaza. We're talking clean slate real estate. What's more prime? What gets a ceasefire faster than saying, hey, you want a piece of this land? Hey, it's free real estate. That's what they're thinking right now. This is what's going on. This is what's going on over it. This is the advertisements that Israel is getting. America is probably sending these advertisements straight to Benji Netanyahu.
Jim. This is free real estate.
Well, you gotta bring furniture, but the house is free.
2 bedrooms, no rugs. It's free.
You unlock the door to your free house. We got you the real estate.
It's a 2-bedroom house. It's free. It's got a pool in the back.
I'm not carrying this around all day. It's for your house.
Free real estate. I'll pee my pants.
Jim, come get your damn land.
It's a free house.
Jim, I got real estate.
Jim, to get better than this.
Jim.
The house is free.
Jim.
The house is free.
It's a free house.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, so that's what's going on over in Israel. They're probably looking at that, licking their lips, licking their chops, maybe rubbing their hands. But yeah, there's definitely some conversations happening right now as we're talking, getting ready for Monday. Actually, they don't work on the Sabbath, but they're getting ready for Monday, and they're gonna shuffle in with their little hats on. And they're going to start talking business. And when they start talking business, they're done talking nukes and missiles. And now they're talking outlet malls. Now they're talking apartment complexes. Now they're talking landlord systems. You know, we're done. We're past that phase. I am happy that there's a ceasefire, but guys, I'm going to go on a limb here and say I don't think they're going to get along. I'm going to go on a bit of a limb and say that they might not be best of friends. It might be a little bit of just some friction. There's just going to be a little bit of friction. It's like if you ever had a fight and you have to share it with a roommate, right? It's just going to be a little bit of friction for a while. It's going to be, oh, you bombed my house, my whole family's dead. What are you doing? You killed my whole family. I don't know, you know, like that. It's going to be a little bit of friction. And then it's going to be like, no, you're a goyim, and then they're going to spit on you. And it's just going to be like that. And it's going to be like they're walking through the kitchen. Imagine, guys, imagine a sitcom. Now, guys, anyone in show business, feel free to take this because I would love to watch this. It's called, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe this is not it. Okay, well. Okay. What? So so it's an apartment. It's like a small studio apartment, and a Jewish person runs it, right? In Israel. And then and it happens. It starts, the inciting incident is the ceasefire. And the Jewish person's like, oh, thank God. And then he gets a knock on the door. Who is it? Oh, it's the, what is it? The IBF? The Israel IBF? I don't know what it's called. But it's the Israel military. And they're saying that you have to take in one refugee. And they show him, and it's a guy, and he's in rags, and he's burned. Well, not his rags are burned. And he says, hello, my name is Mohammed. And then the Israel, you know, the Israel guy, and it goes from there. And then they have ensuing. Guys, have I pitched this before on this podcast? This feels like I've pitched this. And the fact that I may have pitched this before is actually crazy. Because I feel like I may have pitched this before.
We understand that you're in.
All right, let's go on to the next news article. If I have pitched that before, that's so funny. Oh, God. Okay, let's watch. I did see this on. So Tim Dillon actually brought this to my attention. This lady who is a fire victim. This video is called Fire Victims Share What's Next. And they have an interview with this lady. Her name is Alyssa.
For all that you've been through, tell us how you're doing this morning.
We are okay. We're okay. We're all safe and are with our pets, so we're.
So this is someone who lost a house in the Palisades.
Grateful.
And Alyssa, when you say we, who are you talking about in your family?
We have 2 daughters and my husband.
All right, and you. And go ahead. I'm sorry, Alyssa.
Oh, and our 2 cats and a dog.
Well, we are certainly glad that you all are safe right now. And tell us, when did you guys decide to evacuate? Can you walk us through your experience?
Sure, absolutely. At 10:30 in the morning, I was at a store on Wilshire after I had gone to work.
So, guys, I'm going to pause it right there. And this is where I have to just end it right here. So let's break down what she said. She said it was 10:30 a.m. I was in Wilshire, which is a very good part of California in a grocery store after work. So her work ends ideally before 10:30. So she's getting up, unless she's working, guys, I don't think she's working any sort of like skeleton crew night shift. She's going in, saying hi to the team, and she's leaving and then getting paid $100,000 minimum, bare minimum, probably more, $500,000. Her day ends at 10:30. Let's continue.
Walk us through your experience.
Sure, absolutely. At 10:30 in the morning, I was at a store on Wilshire after I had gone to work. I looked up.
That is crazy, by the way. That is crazy. I don't even know how that would work. I'm so broke. I don't know how you would be in a store at 10:30 after work. I couldn't even process that.
North, and I saw a giant cloud, and I called my girls who were both at home, said pack up the dog and the cat and flee to my sister's. So they drove to Brentwood.
Brentwood.
Then I called my husband who was at work in Century City. He joined us, and that's basically how it happened. And that was it.
So now where are they?
Tell us when you were first able to see your neighborhood, how things fared out.
Sure. We were actually watching TV, and we saw our house go up in flames on the news. It's crazy you think that you're all alone because you've lost everything, but we've been running into our neighbors on the street, actually here in Manhattan Beach, and they too.
So where are you now? Okay, on Manhattan Beach. So guys, this is why, and it might be callous, and it might be a little fucked up to say, and it might not be the best thing to say right now. Feelings are running hot. People, the wounds are still fresh, but if you lost your house in the Palisades, that's not your only house. This girl is at her second house in Manhattan Beach, which is on the other coast. This is her East Coast home. Also, does anyone know how many people even died in the Palisade fire? Because I don't even think anyone was there. They were probably all summering or wintering in Ibiza or somewhere in Jamaica, the Dominican Republic. I don't know where they summer, but and that's what they say. They're rich if they say, "Where do you summer?" I summer in my office because I'm working. Where do you summer? Hey guys, everyone, put in the comments below where you summer.
Who feels like
we're thinking about so this is me if I was being interviewed. Yeah, we were torn when we were leaving our house in the Palisades. We saw it go up in flames, and we decided, which one do we want to go to? Do we want to go to our house in Aspen, or do we want to go to our one in Manhattan Beach? So it was a toss-up. The kids, they felt safer in Manhattan Beach. It's closer to shopping. They can get right back into it. So that's where we ended up.
like a wounded animals, and have lost everything. So we know,
and maybe she has lost everything. I don't know. Maybe she has. And if that's the case, I truly feel bad. But if she's one of those people that has 5, 6 homes, lives in the Palisades. So, I mean, guys, your life can't be that bad. Let's see. Trump is getting inaugurated tomorrow. Let's see what's going on with this. Trump releases a meme coin. Trump's meme coin doubles again. Stake worth at $58 billion. So, guys, if you rode this coin when it launched, you are a millionaire. It started at, I don't even know. It started at 10,000, and now it's at 70,000. Guys, imagine if this beats out Bitcoin for like the standard of like commerce. It's like the standard. Like everything revolves around Bitcoin right now. It's like, how much is a Bitcoin worth? I'll trade you a Bitcoin. Oh, I'm buying this in Bitcoin or Ethereum. What if it's like Trump coin? Trump coin becomes the one. Like that becomes the one that defeats the fiat currency, and we all default into Trump coin. I mean, I would hate it because it does feel totalitarian and it feels scary, but I would also love it just for the idea of people with like blue hair having to pay in Trump coin and then having to do that every time they want something. like you can't even pay in USD anymore. It's just Trump coin. And it's like all those girls who did on the 4B movement, they're paying. Imagine paying for an abortion with a Trump coin. Oh. Oh man. All right, we got to continue. We're getting off track. Abortions, Trump coin. So protests are already sparking up.
We are just 2 days away from Donald Trump's second inauguration, and his supporters, as his supporters travel to support him, there are also thousands of people who are starting to gather in the nation's capital right now as part of the People's March.
The People's March, guys. The People's March, and I guarantee you. So first off, there will not be any sort of January 6th situation because everyone on the left, they're ideologues, so they have all these grand ideas. They read the Communist Manifesto. They read Ted Kaczynski's book, which I've also read. They've read all these books. They have all these ideas, but they don't believe them strong enough to die for them. People who went to, January 6th wasn't even that big of a deal, but there are like some things like freedom, the idea of autonomy, and you're having your gun, and the freedom of speech. These things, these ideas are, for one, they were called inalienable rights, which means that they were given to you by God. These are rights that you are born with. You don't have to earn them. They are given to you. The right to own a gun is given to you by God himself. And these are ideas that people will die for, and people have died for. Look at no further than Waco. Right? Waco, Texas, where they were selling guns or something, and then they came in and then tried to kill them. And also 2 bodyguards for the Clintons died during that raid. Look it up, but that's weird. But, that is a conviction. That's an idea. That's, what is it called? A concentration of will? That's something people are willing to put on the line. The people on the left have nothing they want to put on the line because they don't care enough. They have all these ideas, and as much as they want trans people to be able to, people to be able to become trans at age 9, as much as they want to do that to happen, they don't want to do anything about it. Because it's not, they know that it's not that important for a kid to become trans. They just know, and everyone knows. And I'm tired of everyone pretending like they don't know. Let's continue. But that's why I'm saying that nothing will ever happen. Nothing will ever happen. You don't have to worry about anything because these people, they don't stand for anything. They don't stand for anything. The closest they were to standing for anything was when George Floyd died. And in that case, they just burnt down their own cities. Let's continue.
March. It's organized by hundreds of advocate groups in protest of his second presidency and his policies. Sister marches will also take place across the country and internationally even. You're seeing all the spots right there. That in green, that's where they're happening. People's March advisor Ashley Woodard Henderson joins us now to talk about this event. Ashley, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on ABC News Live. So who is involved in the People's March? What are the goals here?
There are over 100 organizations across the United States involved in this protest today, Gio, and I'm excited to be one in the number. People are mobilizing in all of the hollers and hoods, the rural and urban communities, the suburban communities across this country as an exercise of faith to say that, listen, I know that maybe this feels like a time of great loss and anxiety and grief.
You know, there was people that up to now, there are still people saying that there's going to be like the QAnon people. They think that there's going to be this great reckoning, and they're going to grab him right before he gets inaugurated, and they're going to put him in handcuffs, and they're going to wheel him away, and everyone's going to cry and clap, and it's going to be a celebration. It's going to be the end of Star Wars. It's going to be the Ewoks are going to be dancing, and everyone's going to be cheering and hugging and making out with everyone. Guys, it's not going to happen. And I feel for them. I feel for them, because I thought that was, I legitimately thought that was going to happen when Trump was the president the first time. I thought Hillary was going to go to prison because that bitch needs to go. But, you know, it doesn't happen that way, because it doesn't happen. I'm sorry. This is your time to learn and, you know, go through those phases of acceptance.
Because we've seen MAGA loyalists rise into governing power. But this is just the beginning of our great comeback. That this is a time where folks in the immigrant justice movement, they're going to fight against the mass deportations of our neighbors and our relatives. The folks that are going to fight so that man-made climate disasters cease and are a distant memory, and we are living in healthy,
also, wherever these people are protesting looks like hell. This looks like hell. Wherever they live, this literally looks like what I imagined when I was reading 1948. This is in Washington, D.C. It looks dog shit. It's just gray, dead trees, and gray buildings.
Equitable communities, the folks that are fighting to live in a world full of peace instead of a world full of war, the folks that will prioritize people over the billionaire bros of the broligarchy that Donald Trump is building here in DC.
Guys, the broligarchy might be the best I've ever heard. The broligarchy. I guess that brings me to the next, Biden. This is Biden's farewell. This is Biden's farewell, everyone. Biden leaving. It's one day before he resigns, and he hands over the power to Donald Trump once again, and this is what he has to say.
Is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. The dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth.
Oh no, today. Oh, guys, did you hear that? Today an oligarchy is happening, taking a form. That's happening today. That's under Trump. That's happening today.
Power and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America, and we've seen it before. More than a century ago, but the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy. Just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. Workers want rights to earn their fair share. You know, they were dealt into the deal and helped put us on a path to building the largest middle class.
Man, I can barely listen to him he talks in slow motion. Let's put him in ×2 speed. You think he'll talk normal? So let's crank that to ×2.
Class, the most prosperous century any nation in the world has ever seen. We've got to do that again. In the last 4 years, that's exactly what we've done. People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules, pay their fair share of taxes.
I mean, that's pretty normal. He literally talks at half speed. All right, guys, this might be the last TikTok time that you ever have, because, I mean, for one, TikTok's gone. So let's finish it out. This is a guy who was stalking Caitlin Clark, the basketball player. Here he goes. He's sitting down.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty as
No. Sir.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis. Guilty as charged.
No.
No,
Sir?
no, we're not there yet.
This is initial hearing. We are not. You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is just telling you what the charges are. You do not.
His lawyer's probably looking at him like, dude, stop. Sit down instantly. Guilty as charged. You got me. Sir, this is actually, we're about to read your rights. We haven't even started going over evidence. Man. Okay, guys. This is Andy Elliott. This is the last video posted on Andy Elliott. We talked about him a while back. This guy's like he's a car salesman guru, and he sells like courses, and you can talk to him. And there is a weird thing where you can buy a package where it's essentially you pay $20,000 and you get to hang out with him, and you have the opportunity to quote unquote bro tap him, which is where like he hits you on your back, and maybe he daps you up, and he acts like your homeboy. You get, so you know, there's all these packages, and you get you get a bro tap him, but this is his last video, so I wanted to, and he's famous for one, his nipples, and two, for wearing the smallest shorts of all time.
I wear the shortest shorts on planet Earth. I almost wear my 2-inch, just so I could trigger some.
So I mean, look at guys, these shorts, the pan out to these shorts is hilarious, because the framing starts above the waist, and you're like, okay, now he's talking, and then it cuts, boom, and he's wearing essentially like mini boxers, like underwear.
I can't believe his shorts. Listen, let me show you this. I can't believe the way you treat your wife. I can't believe the way that the relationship you have with your children. I can't believe that nobody's going around with your name in their mouth saying, this guy changed my life. I can't believe no one's saying that about you. I can't believe that you get caught up on such little things that you can't accomplish anything big in your life. Be a coward or be courageous.
So guys, be courageous and wear the tiniest shorts in your closet right now. What is this? What is this clip?
People impacted by these fires are going to receive one-time payment of $770.
Oh, this is nice. Yeah, so they're giving everyone who was affected by the fire $770, which is more than I think they give people in Asheville, which was $750.
One-time payment, so they can quickly purchase things like water, baby formula, and prescriptions. So far, nearly 6,000 survivors have registered to do just that.
All right, guys. And a lot of it's probably going to be used on prescriptions. Let's just be honest. Ozempic. Let's just watch a couple more. So these are the TikToks. So I have only 2 more TikToks, and then we go to Instagram Reels, and that's when it gets a little bit chaotic. So this is a guy being chased by a cop, and he puts a light outside of his car window, and it's apparently a 100,000 lumen flashlight, and he just blinds the cop while he's trying to run. He turned the lights off and it's gone.
Subject is lost. Heading unknown.
Subject is lost. I mean, guys. No one got hurt. It's just a big... This is honestly probably the best advertisement for a 100,000 lumen flashlight. His scream when he gets blinded. Subject is lost.
Subject is lost.
He just sounds so pissed. I'm not a big fan of cops anyway, so I think that's funny. All right, my last TikTok, possibly my last TikTok of all time for TikTok time. This guy has created a direct energy weapon out of his microwave.
Okay, this is my homemade maximum voltage ionizer.
ionizer. He created an ionizer out of
what
his.
What we're going to do now is we're going to fire
microwave.
this puppy up. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Start.
Dude, this is the stuff that's going on in the apartment of you. Like all the time, just you have a guy creating a maximum voltage ionizer. Okay, let's go on to my. So now we're on to the Instagram Reels.
Like I've got a.
This is a good Alex Jones. Instagram knows I like Alex Jones. I don't know how, but I opened it and it's showing me Alex Jones. Here's a good clip from him.
Like I've got a meme here that I put in my stack and I've lost.
I got a meme.
But man, does it say it all. Can't find it now.
God, dude, I love Alex Jones. You cannot hate Alex Jones. I don't care if he got Sandy Hook wrong. I'm not sold on Sandy Hook. Fully. Guys, that's a joke. It's obviously a joke.
Like I've got a meme here.
I got a meme
that I put in my stack and I've lost.
I lost.
But man, does it say it all.
I want to know what that meme was. But man, does it say it all. All right, and now here's a video of a TikToker who was using RedNote.
I posted a video to RedNote and got flagged for a content violation. Do you guys know what I did wrong here? Hi, people.
This is him on RedNote.
West Taiwan. This is my first video on this app, and I just had one question for you guys. What happened on April?
He said, "Hello, people of West Taiwan. West Taiwan is crazy."
What happened on April 15th, 1989 at Tiananmen Square? Please leave a comment below. Let me know what happened on April 15th, 1989 at Tiananmen Square.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share with a friend. If you didn't, tell me why below. Goodbye. Okay, this slaps actually. This goes so hard. It does kind of sound like when you step on a cat, though. Translate to English. Goodbye.